Hey everybody, it's Ryan from RyanTravels.com, and today we're going to the Great Pyramids. Come on, let's go. Yalla. So, just where is Giza, huh? Well, let's take a look with Apple Maps. No, no, no! Ugh, so maybe not Apple Maps. All joking aside, let's look at it for reals! Giza! So here we are. Here's a map from AUC New Cairo, where I live, to Giza. It's just across the Nile. It's about 37.6 kilometers away, so not too far. It costs about 80 pounds to get there if you get a decent cab. Giza is the third largest city in Egypt, although it really is just an extension of the greater Cairo metropolitan area. The inner city of Giza has over 2.6 million people, while the outer collection of Giza's governance brings a population to over 6.2 million people. Giza's huge population makes it technically the world's second largest suburb, next to Yokohama, Japan, and tied with Incheon, South Korea, and Quezon City in the Philippines. Together with the rest of the greater Cairo metro, the area is home to about 20 million people. But enough of all that demographic information. You're here to see the Giza Plateau, home to some of the most recognizable buildings and statues on the planet. We're going to spend most of our time focusing on the Big Four, the three Great Pyramids, and the Great Sphinx. Now, before we get going, we have to go over a few ground rules. Rule number one, don't talk about Fight Club. Just kidding. Rule number one, don't listen to the vendors. They are relentless at the Great Pyramid. What you need to do is just keep looking straight ahead before you get to the Great Pyramid. Make sure you know where you're going. Some of the best advice I can give you is stick in a group. You have strength in numbers. Use it. They're going to sound so sincere when talking to you. So be sure to just pass them up. Don't be afraid to sound like a jerk. They're going to send their children after you, and it's going to be really hard to say no to the children. But remember, they're just there to make money. They'll tell you that they work there. They don't. They'll try to get you to go down alternate paths. Like, just before you get to the Great Pyramids, when you go up the road to get there, a bunch of people just, like, descend upon you and tell you to go down. Oh, you have to go this way, and they'll tell you to go down a path to the left. Just keep going straight. That's the way you go. The way to the left is just full of bazaar, and there are people that are just going to try to take your money there. So don't. And with regard to the kids, when I went there last time, I was with Henry, and we were standing at the Great Pyramid. We were just standing right at the base of it, talking, and we had already fended off a whole bunch of the vendors. And this little kid comes up to me and just like, "No, do you want a postcard?" And he shows me these postcards. And well, when I told him no, he tried to sell me weed. So it was this little like 5-year-old kid going, "You no, I don't think so." So using the children is a way that these people try to take advantage of you. It's best to just not talk to them, but if you have to talk to them, just tell them "La shukran," which means no thank you, or don't be afraid to yell at them. They know English, so don't be afraid to be a jerk. Rule number two, always remember to wear adequate sun protection. You're going to want long sleeves no matter how dark you are. You're going to want sunglasses. You're going to want to wear sunscreen and a hat. Very important. Rule number three, be sure to bring water beforehand. Do not buy water at the Great Pyramids. It's way too expensive. Those people probably just bought the water at a market somewhere else and are just selling it for like 15 pounds a bottle sometimes. That's ridiculous even for American bottled water standards. So don't buy water at the Great Pyramids. Buy it beforehand and just bring it along. And the last piece of advice that I can give you today before we go is to make sure that you understand how to get a taxi here in Cairo. It's a little bit different than, say, New York or wherever else. Be sure to talk to the cabbie beforehand, agree upon a price if you can. If he won't give you a price, he'll tell you that he'll meter it, which means he'll put it on the meter. which is okay. Just make sure that you realize, and he realizes, that that is the price that you and all of your companions are going to pay. Don't let him make each of you pay that price. You as a whole are going to pay the price on the meter. It doesn't matter how many people are in the cab. He'll try to get everybody to do that, but he's just ripping you off. Don't let him do that. Um, Another thing is that once you're at Giza, it's going to be a little bit difficult to be left alone. Like I said, people are just trying to make some money there, and they're going to look for tips for just doing little things. Um, don't let them hail a cab for you. You're perfectly capable of hailing a cab. Cabs will literally drive by, and if you look white enough, I guess, they'll stop you and say, "Hey, taxi, taxi." So it's not hard to get a cab in Cairo. They literally come to you as you're walking places. Alrighty, here we are outside of pyramid number one, the Great Pyramid of Khufu or Cheops. This is the only wonder of the ancient world which is still standing. It was built around 2570 BCE and it was the tallest structure in the world until about 1300 AD when the Lincoln Cathedral was built in Lincoln, England. By the way, here's my travel companion.
Hello.
Hey,
please introduce yourself.
Henry.
Hello.
My name is Henry Clark. I'm from San Francisco, California originally. I go to Vanderbilt University and I'm a senior there right now.
Fantastic.
I'm loving this guy.
All right. Well, here we are, the Great Pyramid. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Every bit as beautiful as I remember. Actually, a lot less busy than I remember it. We had to fight a couple of people trying to take advantage of us poor, ignorant tourists. But we managed to get by. A few things about the Great Pyramid. This is pyramid number one. It's also the largest. This is the largest one. Although the one in the background, back there, appears to be taller from when you look at all three of them at once. That's only because it's on a raised plateau.
Now over here, we see the entrance to the pyramid. Now what happened was the people had originally tried to dig into the pyramid to get into the door, but they couldn't. The stone was too hard, so they had to cut in a separate entrance, and that's where you get in today. It was originally thought that these were just monuments. Anyway, things are about to get a little interesting here as I'm approached by a vendor while trying to shoot some footage. Let's see what happens.
Stop, and people thought that these were just completely not buildings at all. They were just stacks of stuff. La shukran.
Egyptian? You look Egyptian also.
Now what this guy did here was a pretty common technique. He complimented me on how much I looked like I knew what I was doing in Egypt, and even to the point of calling me, the third palest person on the planet, a real Egyptian. Yeah, I buy that one. Well, this is common. Everybody gets this. Don't be fooled into anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's a bit distracting, I know. Trust me from that video. But just keep doing what you're doing and avoid the vendors and you'll be fine.
Just to try to give you guys a little bit better idea of how huge the pyramids are. Here we are actually at them. Look, I'm touching it. Boom. Cool. This is the first block, and it's almost as tall as I am. This is eye level, okay? And it goes on, you know, for friggin' ever. It's unbelievable. The Great Pyramid. I love it. I'll always love this place. Here we go, looking at all the tourists and the hagglers and everybody that's here. There you can buy some wildly expensive soda. All kinds of wonderful things. Everybody speaks a million languages here, which is really cool, but also kind of unfortunate because they always know what you're saying. So, yeah, if ever you guys get the chance, I highly recommend it. I highly, highly recommend it. This is so cool. There are the buses. Man, this is bringing back some memories. Not all of them good, but most of them. So, I'm gonna go again. Bye.
That's about it for video 1. Stay tuned for video 2 in the series, where we go to pyramid number 2, talk about pyramid number 3, visit the Sunboat Museum, and of course, spend some time with our good buddy the Sphinx. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Also, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, favorite, whatever you want to do, and check out my Facebook page where you can like me and check out all the different photos that didn't make it into this video. Until next time, Ryan out.